Catfish, Barb, we see your comments. Yes, we are late.
Like always.
But Dennis, Megan, Dan, Alex, Brantley, it's about time we had another live feed. I was having some live feed withdrawals this time because this seems like it's been forever.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Maybe Dennis had to run to get a Pepsi. Catfish, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper tonight.
What are you drinking, Dan?
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm trying this.
Hey, that still works good.
And if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna back it up with this.
That should kill everything.
That'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's good seeing you guys. It's been a while, even though we talk daily, for the most part. It's good seeing everybody live on camera and getting to talk with our audience. For sure.
You're drinking so
Yeah, it's
far.
been a minute.
So, guys, tonight you see Megan is here with us tonight, and she is doing some giveaways later in the live feed from Crooked Trail Designs. And we're doing the thing where if you want in on the giveaways, you have to comment at least once. And she's writing your names down on a piece of paper, putting them in a jug, and we'll draw names towards the end of the live feed. And how many are you giving away?
6.
6 different items tonight.
Well, I guess I could do 8.
8 different items tonight.
Good deal.
8.
It's
And
been a
Barb
while.
wants to know where her Dr. Pepper is.
You're drinking it.
Yeah, I'm drinking it, Barb.
It's right here.
There we
Dan's
go.
got it too.
Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes.
I say it's been a while since we've done any giveaways. It's been has it been since Christmas time?
I think so.
Yeah, because honestly, I haven't really had a chance to make anything new, but I have been working, so I'm finally back to normal.
But you've been pretty busy down there too.
Yeah. And this stuff that I'm giving away, not all of it is on my site, so it's
Yeah,
just
some brand new items.
yeah.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Bobby, I'll text you my number so you can get a hold of me.
Yeah. Bobby needs to be able to call everybody at 4:30 in the morning and wake them up.
And hey, I think Dan actually needs to call about 3:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me anytime.
Dan's 24/7.
Send rain on Meg's car. No, we've had enough.
Yeah, it just started raining again here shortly.
Yeah.
It's raining there at your house?
It rained for what, 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Because we had left for a bit. It started raining as soon as we went outside to leave. Get in the truck and leave, and it stops. We get home, go to come back in, it starts raining again.
It was raining this morning, probably till almost lunchtime, and a couple hours ago it cleared up, and it's been sunny ever since.
Man.
We got rain the other day, but it was 4 o'clock in the morning, the day that you guys were supposed to do the search.
Yeah.
It rained almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Here we got Craig and Tennessee Dark Hole as well. And Ponytail.
Well, we seen Barb commented and Ponytail.
And Barb has to be at the hospital at 6:30 a.m. She's having surgery on one of her arms. So
Oh,
it's
Lisa's here too.
Hold on.
She's with the Tennessee Dark Hole name now.
Okay.
And Max says, not guaranteed that anyone will answer the phones. Hey, Natasha made it back. So, guys, yeah, it's been crazy busy the last several weeks. And as we mentioned, we were going to do a search yesterday, a ground search for Derek Collins here in Leavenworth. But with the rain and the potential thunderstorms yesterday morning, that got postponed, which may be in our favor because Alex found a couple other properties of interest in that case. And hopefully we could secure permission on those properties. I should know for sure tomorrow, but hopefully we will have the 3 properties to search.
And I think something else that Dennis and I had discussed, and we need to, I honestly don't know who we need to call yet, but, Derek Collins was supposedly seen in a certain area of Leavenworth, and I had discussed with Dennis that in this general area, we need to check and see if they have cameras on the intersections and see if there's a possibility that 1, there is cameras and we can look into that, and 2, if we are lucky enough, if they do have cameras and how long they store their footage, because Derek Collins is going on almost a year. I mean, it will be a year in, this month in June. Is there a possibility that we do have some type of cameras on either the intersections or some of the businesses that are along a few of these streets? Because that would give us, some type of proof of a timeline and to see whether or not he did cross some of these intersections and supposedly where he lived and where he was at. So that's something that we're going to try to follow up with, and basically, because Derek Collins was walking. He was walking with another gentleman, and in the end, he had some issues, and the other gentleman that was with him went back home to where they all lived and was going to get his walker and come back. So if we can verify any of this, that, like I said, if we can get lucky and we can get any type of cameras off of the intersection poles or the street lights or any of the businesses, we could prove one way or another, was Derek truly in the area that he was said to have been seen? Because at this point, we don't believe it's a foul play situation. But if we are able to obtain footage and we can't find either one of these people walking, then we're going to have to go back and start thinking, wait a minute, they would have had to have crossed a couple of these areas, these intersections of streets. And if we can obtain footage and we don't see them, then we're going to have to start thinking, down the other path of, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because June 20th will make 1 year that he's been missing.
Now, I do know that there is apps that you can watch live traffic cameras, but as far as how long they store them and everything like that, I am not sure.
Well,
that's how I was able to spot that guy that went missing in Las Vegas. I happened to catch him walking from a bus station to a apartment complex on the traffic camera.
Yeah. So see right there, we know this can be done, and it is a tool in the missing persons world of, they use it for accidents, for people breaking the law. I mean, hopefully we can get lucky and try to catch something. So, so tomorrow, maybe Dennis on his way home from work tomorrow, if he can run by a couple of these areas of interest and look at these
Oh, there he went.
Well, I'm back. had a phone call. If we can look at these few intersections of interest and see if we do have any type of cameras on them, and then if we need to follow up with the street department or the police department, and then figure out who is in control of them, who is monitoring them, etc.
And Barb, so far, I wasn't able to find a flyer that's been made for Derek Collins, so I am going to put one together and get that out there. Either later tonight or tomorrow, I should have that put together.
Now, Boot Hill. Yeah, Boot Hill. It says we can, if there was construction in that area, if they're like MoDOT, I can pull it up. Weren't they still working on that intersection last year at that time?
I believe so.
Because they just now finished that.
Right.
So maybe.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, if we work on that with them, and also, getting back to our, boots on the ground search. I think my phone slipped when I touched it. When we can get back to a boots on the ground search of these areas. At this point, we would be looking at skeletal remains. I would assume complete skeletal remains. We've already had one season change, so we would have one season worth of leaves on the ground in the woods, in these particular areas. We would have our work cut out for us, but hopefully we can gather all our team this next go around and try to get as many people as we can with us when we go out on this next search, and try to see what we come up with, and if we are able to gain access to these other couple areas of interest. But I'm really interested in seeing if we can get any type of street camera footage from any intersection or something like that.
Yeah, that would let us know exactly where he was at what time and could help narrow that down.
Yeah, because we could, if he doesn't cross where supposedly he was seen that day and they were on foot, then we know that either they were misidentified and it wasn't them, and they either went to the east, to the west, or to the north, because they evidently didn't go to the south side of their living complex. So then we'd have to go look at other businesses, in the other directions, and other street cameras if, we're able to gain access that way. But if Dennis can definitely look into that tomorrow on his way home from work, and try to verify if we have any. I'm not
drive right through those intersections there.
Yeah. The big business that's on the corner up the street, I would think they would have cameras on the north side of their lot, and also in front of their lot that would video the front of the car lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would think that any given direction, whether it's north, west, or east, or south, if they had cameras, especially, all it takes is two people walking by, and then a short time later, only one of those persons is walking back to go get supposedly a walker, then we could narrow it down,
Yeah.
So.
And Barb, I'll get that sent to you when we have that made. And the Boot Hill Rising, yes, it's Leavenworth, Kansas, and the intersection that's in the news article is 4th Street and Eisenhower.
You know, something I can't understand is if this man was so like older, why didn't he take the walker with him to begin with?
Well, he was 59 years old. He had a medical condition that requires regular attention, according to the police in the article. And it was a relatively hot day that day. The 4th and Eisenhower intersection is approximately 1 mile from the address where he lived. So, to be a hot day, to have a medical condition that requires regular attention, it concerns me that they would go on a walk that far on a hot day.
Yeah.
And that's something I kind of thought of yesterday after you and I had ended our conversation on the phone. Was the area that he lives at? I mean, there's a park, there's sidewalks. I mean,
there's walking trails all through there. I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah.
And there's more trees there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's shaded, and like you said, all they had to do was make a phone call, and somebody could have come and picked them up. So, why in the world did they go that far away from home unless they were going somewhere of interest? I just that seemed kind of odd to me.
See, and in the article, his friend, because in the article states they were at 4th and Eisenhower, and Derek couldn't go any further. So his friend left him there, walked back to his house, which is approximately a mile away, and got his walker. So it wasn't even Derek's walker that he went and got. He went and got his walker to bring back. And when he come back, Derek was not there and has not been seen or heard from since. So a simple phone call, because they lived on the VA. So a simple phone call would have got them an immediate ride to get him back home.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you going to walk and pick up a walker and come back knowing he couldn't walk any further? A walker's not going to help him that much.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, if some of our viewers understand where we're talking about now, so we're talking at the intersections between the VA, Lewis Park, the Ford dealership, going across where Hardee's was and Buffalo Wild Wings. On the other side of the street is Home Depot. I mean, there's quite a few businesses that I would think would have security cameras up. I mean, there's the exhaust shop that's on the west side of the road up there, because they have customers' cars setting overnight, I would think. So I would think they would have cameras,
They got Quick Trip right there on the corner, and there's thousands of cameras there.
Was Quick Trip open this time last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, we have so many options. We have so many options to try to, first do some visual inspections of, do these places have cameras, and then following up with some phone calls and, or possibly just going in there and asking to talk to a manager, presenting a flyer and saying, hey, supposedly these people walked by. Is there any way you guys have video footage from this day last year? Is it still saved? We're just trying to verify if these two gentlemen truly were in this area when, it was stated that they were, because that would truly help us think, well, wait a minute. If nobody's got any footage or anything, then are we wasting our time searching these areas? And do we need to start thinking, other scenarios? So,
In Barb asked, did Derek have a cell phone? That I am not sure. The only information I have been able to find on this case was through Google search, and that was the news articles. And then the KBI website has him listed, but that's very, very minor details.
I think at one time last year when this first came out, I think we had looked, and I think he had multiple Facebook pages, but it seemed like somebody that wasn't familiar with Facebook, and they would get on and forget the password, and then they would make a new one, and they would be on it for a while, and then they would forget, and then so but there's really no publicity. There's really nothing on social media about him. Really sad.
That's been a big problem with a lot of cases is lack of publicity.
Yeah, definitely. And we don't have a humongous amount of people missing out of Leavenworth County, but probably, I hate to say this term, but the most famous would probably be Randy. He's on the far, southwest side of Leavenworth County, but up where Dennis, and Megan are at, we do have quite a few people that are missing in the general Leavenworth downtown, city of Leavenworth, not the county of Leavenworth, but actually Leavenworth city area, that are missing. And that's the ones that are just reported, and hopefully there's none that are not reported, but yeah, I hope we can make some headroom, get somewhere with this.
I know they see it very well, but there's a picture of Derek Collins.
So if maybe you can touch base with the audience. So Derek was a vet. He had some PTSD from traumatic.
I'm not sure what his medical conditions were. It just states that he had a medical condition that required regular attention.
Okay. Because at this point, there's nothing that makes anybody believe that he got in a car and left and disappeared to another part of the world or something. There's nothing at this point to believe of foul play. It's simply that the other gentleman went back home to get a walker, came back, and Derek was gone. And that's where it's been left ever since.
Right. Because here in Leavenworth, I know we have Derek Collins, we had Joseph Francis, Cole Firestein, Andreas Marks, and it seems like I'm leaving one out.
I think there's a couple of women too.
Right.
If I remember right.
I don't remember what her name was. It's in the file downstairs.
And a few of those cases are was there not a couple that was before Randy went missing? One or two? I think maybe one of those ladies, didn't she go missing in the early 80s? But the rest of them are way after Randy went missing, because we've discussed this before, but in 1988, Randy was the only person in the state of Kansas that went missing that was reported.
All right, here's the ones missing in Leavenworth County. You got Everett Bishop, Donald Burge, Kimberly Carden. I'm going to butcher this one. Macale Coleman, Derek Collins, Noah Day, Pedro DeLong, Christina Deloach, Joshua Enriquez, and Cole Firestein. There's 2 pages. And Randy Leach, Andreas Martz, Brooklyn Newell, Charnasha Newsom, I'm gonna guess. Jeremiah Perez, Lacey Pearson, Cheyenne Pratt, Adriana Price, Victoria Rich, and Jasmine Smithy. That's
We
on
have
the KBI.
we have more than I thought we had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. A lot of them are minors.
The bridge over Salt
I
Creek.
think the Andreas Martin
Marks.
Now, Dennis and I have talked about his case. I believe he was the one that did he not say he was going to commit suicide?
He did leave they found his vehicle down by the boat ramp at the Missouri River here in
Yeah.
Leavenworth. And there was a note in the car that he was going to cleanse himself in God's River or something along those lines. His shoes, I believe his wallet and all of that were left in the vehicle.
And he had a physical deformity, if I remember correctly. So he was somebody that I would think that if he truly just up and disappeared and relocated or ran away, eventually he would be noticed. If I remember, didn't he have a neck issue that he had something with the facial or neck, something, he had some type of deformity, or maybe it was in an accident or something?
That I'm not sure.
I think if you go back and look at his picture, I believe he had something wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I think he had something. Yeah, that's him. That I think I've seen another picture of him.
Okay.
That's the one on the KBI website.
And it shows that Andreas suffered from schizophrenia. He had been released from the hospital shortly before his disappearance. He was agitated and delusional at the time that he went missing. He also has Parry-Romberg syndrome, a rare disease that causes progressive shrinkage and degeneration of the tissues beneath the skin on one side of the face. He had undergone multiple reconstructive surgeries as a result of that condition.
I think I had probably seen the other picture of him then that shows his face. Something with the side of his face didn't match the other side, or his neck. I do remember seeing something like that.
Now his face in that picture does look like it's leaning more towards one side, but I don't see no scar tissue or anything like that.
It's a sad deal. Sad deal that unfortunately he not to say he wasn't getting the proper medical help to get him mentally, the mental help that he needed. But
right. Yeah, that.
Do we know if the river was searched?
They did do a search on the river when he went missing. I want to say they searched for, it was either, I want to say 3 weeks. They spent searching the river and didn't find him.
And what year was it that he went missing? That I don't remember.
2010.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, July 16th.
Yeah, July 16th. Charlie Project don't have any pictures on him except for that same one that's on the KBI website. Let's see what name it says.
Wait, what lake was that? Lake Jeanette?
It's over on the VA.
Namus has the same one too. Only theirs is black and white.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy that, you know, there's that. I mean, if you did a statistic number of people versus people missing, I mean, Leavenworth County actually has a decently high rate, I would say, for
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
compared to, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, you know, has, but the ratio of, you know, people population to people missing is just crazy. But Leavenworth is, believe it or not, I would say is probably a higher percentage rate, you know, due to the population.
In Boot Hill Rising asked how far from the bridge over the creek. From the last place that he was reported seen, this would be Derek Collins. It's 1.9 miles down to the bridge, and that's going the opposite direction of where he lived. Now, in the report, it does state that they were on their way back home. So I don't know how far beyond 4th and Eisenhower they went, but they were on their way back home when he couldn't go no further.
I know this might be a stupid question, and I guess I haven't paid attention. Is there sidewalks on both sides of 4th Street, or I call it 7 Highway, but
Yeah.
is there sidewalks in front of the Ford dealer and sidewalks in front of Home Depot?
Yes.
Okay. So they would have no reason technically to walk behind any of the other places, that they would just walk up along the main road and walk down the sidewalk.
Right.
Hypothetically.
Right.
So
There's 20 missing in Leavenworth. According to KBI.
yeah.
But we do know how that goes sometimes too, so.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see the statistic, you know, what the average is, you know, per
For 100,000?
yeah, just, you know, the population of Leavenworth, or Leavenworth County, Leavenworth, I mean, however you would do it versus, you know, like Kansas City, or because I mean, you know, even we've discussed so many times how many people are missing down in the Wichita, Kansas area.
As of 2021, there's 37,176 people in Leavenworth, Kansas. So let me do a little math real quick.
It's Gary. And Riley.
In Barb, the KBI website is showing 5 people missing out of, how do you pronounce it?
Gary.
Geary County, down where Fort Riley, Kansas is.
Okay, so there's one person missing for every 1,858 people in Leavenworth, Kansas.
I would like to see what compare that to Kansas City, Missouri.
That Kansas City, Missouri is going to tear that way away.
I bet you can't pull this off in 5 minutes, Dan. Let's see the statistic magic happen at Dan's hands real quick.
Population of Kansas City, Missouri.
Hey Tamara, how are you?
There's 508,394 people as of 2021.
Okay.
Okay. How many people missing in Kansas City, Missouri? You know, I should know how many people are missing. I just did this list. Okay, 220.
Yeah, you went through this extensively on Crystal Kipper's case.
Uh-huh. But the time period was back in her time period.
Right.
Yeah, and it took a lot to go through each one of them. It was a pain in the butt.
Well, Dan, what's our statistic number here?
I'm almost there.
So we'll recap this again. Did you say 1 in 1,800 go missing in Leavenworth County?
Okay, yeah. The number's actually gonna be better for Kansas City, Missouri. All right, I got the total number. Now I got to add it up. Okay, it's quite a bit different. For every one person missing in Kansas City, Missouri, it's about 7,061 people. For every 7,061 people, one person goes missing.
So you have a better chance of going missing in Leavenworth County than you do in Kansas City, Missouri.
Exactly. There's only 72 people missing in Kansas City, Missouri.
That feels wrong.
That seems way off.
Yeah.
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 Because I found just in the 80s and 90s, I found almost 40 of them.
Okay,
But I didn't
Diver,
use
how you
names
doing?
last time. I used Namus this time
Yeah.
because Missouri Highway Patrol don't let you pick the city to type it in. You got to go through each one and count them all.
Well, that's statistically, that's kind of downright scary. I mean, when you think that 1 in 1,800 people, there's a statistically from the past, somebody in 1,800 people is going to go missing.
Mm-hmm.
Foul play on their own accord, however you want to say it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Boot Hill Rising says there's only 589 in Missouri missing.
Yep, the whole state of Missouri. That's all there is.
Wow.
And I know
And
she's
it's weird
done a
because
lot
you
of
hear
research on it.
every day you hear about somebody going missing, whether it be a teen or somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, 7-year-old.
And that's an Amber Alert that was just issued in Dallas. Lily Anderson, 7 years old.
That's another thing. There's been a lot of Amber Alerts here lately, too. There was just one in Tennessee.
We had one Thursday or Friday.
It was Friday.
Was it Friday when that one came across?
Yeah, those 4 little kids.
Was it out of Topeka?
I believe
I
so.
think so. Yeah. I didn't hear anything else about that one. Did they find him?
I have no idea.
That's one thing I can give Oklahoma Highway Patrol credit for here. They don't play around when it comes to kids go missing.
I wish they did that everywhere.
That's the Amber Alert in Dallas right now.
We've got 2 people missing here in Stillwater. One's been missing since 2019, something like that. And the other one was just last year.
Yeah.
And Barb asked, do we know who might have taken her? She was last seen in a gray SUV with an unknown make, model, or license plate. And they are looking for an unknown man who was wearing a black t-shirt and gray sweatpants at the time of the abduction.
Huh.
See, this is where I think laws need to change as far as search warrants for cameras. Because do you know how quick it would be to find out information if they could just tap right into a camera system?
Yeah. Well, it's it's just crazy the amount of technology and stuff we have out there that, you know, if they, I mean, I would suspect that Leavenworth County has already looked into seeing if there was cameras on the light poles, and if they actually caught Derek and this other gentleman walking, you know, have they already gone to the Ford dealer and asked to look at their cameras? You know, did they do this or not? I mean, we don't know.
And we won't know because law enforcement won't share that information.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to take this on ourselves to find out and look. And I mean, let's be honest. Does the VA not have cameras?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Would they not have cameras seeing them walk in a certain direction, you know, around the complex of which way did they go? Did they truly go that way? You know, well, lots of we have way more questions than we have any type of answers.
Here, I'll give you an example. With that whole Las Vegas case, do you know that law enforcement flipped out on me when I told them that I seen him on their own traffic cameras? Live. I was watching them live.
Wow.
And they flipped out because how did you get access to our cameras? There's apps that allow you to do that.
Yeah.
It's public record.
Yeah. And probably, in all honesty, a lot of police officers probably don't even know that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, of course, they're already in the defense that you've done something wrong when you've done nothing wrong at all, because it's public apps that allow public viewing of that particular situation.
Yes, and we even tested the camera. I had one of the ladies that I was working with go in front of that camera and wave just to make sure it was a live feed. And
Wow.
it was live.
Well, I'm surprised you're not checking Leavenworth right now, Dan.
I don't have the app no more. I got a new phone. I don't know if I can get that app on this phone. I got an iPhone now.
All right. Well, we definitely got to check into this because, you know, one way or another, we got to narrow it down if he was truly in this area where he supposedly was supposed to be or not. So,
Now, I don't want to speculate, but what's the possibility his friend didn't really go back?
What's the possibility he was walking back home and somebody in a truck hit him with their tow mirror and spun him around? He fell off in a ditch, but I mean, he's walking right there down main traffic. So we kind of got to narrow that one out. You know, if he was walking on one of the roads that runs east and west, a name street that runs east and west, would there have been a possibility that somebody could have got too close to the curb and hit him with the mirror and he spun around, fell down in a ditch, hit his head, and he's unfortunately been there ever since? You know, is there a possibility that he took a different way home if he was walking through the woods, or he took a trail and fell and hit his head? But if it was a well-known trail, I would think that within the last year, some kids or young kids, adults would have walked on that trail. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty. It's literally going to be us getting out there, boots on the ground, and walking all these areas and looking, and you know, a couple of these other areas that, you know, now that I think about it more, the two other areas that I discussed, Dennis, it really seems pointless to even look, because now that I mean, we've all known where he was living at the VA in Leavenworth, but there would be no reason for him to be on the west side of 4th Street 7 Highway walking. He would have walked past the Ford dealer, either in the front of it or in the back of it, going back home to the VA, because that's where he lived, was at the VA. I didn't even know people lived at the VA till the other day when Dennis told me. And my uncle worked at the VA there. He was a blood doctor at the VA his whole career.
Now, I know we got alleys here. Do you guys got alleys out in Leavenworth?
We do, but not in that particular area. But I'm looking at Google Earth right now, and at 4th and Eisenhower, if he would have kept going up Eisenhower to the west, he would have come to 5 Highway. If he had took a left there, he could have tried to walk 5 Highway back, and it'll go around the corner and bring you right to the VA property. If he went that way, there's no sidewalks back there. It's very busy. The curves are blind curves everywhere down Highway 5.
So you're saying if he went down to Eisenhower and walked east and then got on 5 Highway and walked north, which is hypothetically behind the Ford dealer, behind all them companies back there, on the east side of the general area that we're talking about searching up in that area, you're saying if he walked 5 Highway, then it eventually will curve back to the west, and then he would be at the VA property.
Right.
So is there a possibility that on that curve of 5 Highway, or whatever road that goes up and curves back around to the west, going back where the VA is then on the north side of that road, is there a curve? Is there a possibility that he could have been walking in there and somebody could have clipped him with a trailer, a dually bedside, hit him?
That's a fence right here.
Right on this side. Is that a sidewalk?
Okay, on the west side, there's a sidewalk. On the east side, it's all mowed grass, and everything through there is maintained.
Okay.
So someone would have to be able to see him if he was in that area.
Right.
They're maintaining it.
And then
It's kind of hard to hide.
Well, that's going to be all the way down, because there's a cemetery on the east side, and there's houses going down the west side of it, and it's all maintained. No weeds, it looks like, no creeks, anything like that.
I
See-
would have stuck to 4th Street because that looks like the quickest way.
See, but with
But
it
I
being
agree.
hot and then his medical conditions, we don't know if he was having a medical issue at that moment. But if he was, he could have wandered off and
Yeah.
went anywhere, which is where the cameras would be so useful.
Yeah.
My thought is you would think that he would take the path of least resistance, which would be the sidewalk,
Right.
way back down. But maybe that's where this comes into play. That if he was hot, what if? I guess I need to back up. In my mind, we really do need to find out who this other gentleman that he was walking with was. If we could speak with him, get to know this person, ask him questions, and be as simple as, did you guys go on walks together all the time? Blah, blah, blah. Was there a possibility that you would not walk back the sidewalk? Would you take a different path home? Is there a possibility you might take a shortcut and walk through the weeds or walk through the Ford dealer's parking lot and come out at Lewis Park and then walk back up to the VA? So is there multiple pathways to walk home versus walking back down the main road and being on the sidewalk and being seen?
Hi, Alex.
What?
I said hi. She's here.
Yeah, she's here. She must be telling me that I stink because she brought 2 deodorants.
Hey, I heard some good stuff about that deodorant.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't use it, but I heard good things about it.
Oh, it smells pretty good.
That's not.
Now,
And
how about wooded areas close to the VA?
there's 3 properties with woods on them. We do have permission to search one of those. The other 2 we're trying to get permission on.
Because I don't see, unless somebody scooped them up in a car, I don't see him sitting on the side of the road.
Right.
He would have been found by now. So unless somebody scooped him up, he's got to be in a wooded area somewhere.
Yeah.
And Barb asked the distance. Where he was last seen was approximately 1 mile to his house on the VA. And there has not been any remains found in the area. To my knowledge, I have not heard anything. And I did look up to see if there's any reports, and I didn't find any reports of remains being found.
I think at this point, I think we just need to get in the truck and go drive around. Anything that we can drive on, do some visual inspections, not so much getting out and tromping on private property, but at least just getting a visual, driving around it, looking at everything and thinking, hey, is this a possibility? No, I don't think he would have walked out of his way to walk home, and then honestly, if we could talk to his friend, or if we could talk to somebody at the VA and find out truly, about Derek, did he have some memory issues? Was he having mental issues? Is there a possibility that he got very easily confused at where he was at, and he could have walked south and kept walking and ended up totally confused in a whole different area, and then tried to make it back home through the woods, thinking that he was by Lewis Park, by the VA, and he's totally in a different area. I forgot what that's called when people get like that.
Dementia.
Dementia. So, we've all seen cases with people, elderly people with dementia and Alzheimer's, and that get so severely confused and lost and end up in a totally different area.
Yep.
Hypothetically, we can't rule this out, but then again, this all comes back down to, did the Ford dealer have cameras? Did
Or any of the buildings.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings, any of these buildings in the general area, and especially once again back to the VA. Does the VA, I mean, being a government entity, I would think the VA has cameras everywhere.
You would
And
think so.
would have proof. Truly, did he leave the property that day? Is there proof that he even left the property? Because if it comes back, you ask them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, Muddy Waters, come on up here. We'll come to security, and we'll go over the video footage from that day." And you don't ever see two gentlemen walking together. Then we got to go down a whole different path.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to go off on some crazy conspiracy theory that something terrible happened, which we know things do happen like that, but.
In Tamara, this is Derek Collins missing at Leavenworth, Kansas. And Barb, wouldn't he have called 911? That would have been my first thought, would be call 911 or at least call the VA and have them send somebody to pick him up.
If they had phones.
True.
Because by now law enforcement's done ping phone numbers, both people's phone numbers, to see if they actually were where they said they were. If they, not to knock law enforcement, but if they did a proper investigation, that's what one thing they would do, would be pinging phone numbers.
Absolutely, I agree. So, I mean, this is definitely a case that we have some work cut out for us to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More than, just our general boots on the ground search is trying to verify some of this other important information, of the general area. So, and unfortunately at this point, we don't have the other gentleman's name. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw 2 or 3 Facebook pages that Derek had. Maybe we can see if we can find any family members, or I don't think I've ever seen anything that said Derek had any children. So I don't know if we can somehow find out, because, if we could talk to this other person, it would help a lot. We would know more about it. Just like you said, did they have cell phones?
Right. And that would be the big thing, is because if they did have cell phones, they would already know, unless the phone was dead or off.
And let's be honest, if they were elderly, they weren't elderly, but let's say if they were vets and they were walking back and Derek was hot, wasn't feeling good, there's so many businesses right there along the road. Why didn't they just go inside to one of them and Derek just sat down in the nice AC, even if he just bought a drink or something, at a restaurant, or like Hardee's? He could have gone into Hardee's and just sat down.
Got a free water.
Yeah. So, when you think about it, it some of it doesn't make sense at all. Because there was ample opportunities to just go walk back a little ways and sit down.
I'm listening. I'm just checking to see if he's got any family.
Brantley, what do you think, buddy?
We'll find him, won't we?
You ready for another moon pie?
What flavor?
Banana.
Oh, you rock.
I stopped back one day when I was coming home from that place that I've been helping out at, and they had the big pies for $1. So I bought them all. I bought all they had.
How old was Derek?
59.
59?
And his middle initial is U.
You?
Yes. And guys, Megan wanted me to remind everybody, if you're watching and you haven't commented yet, comment so she can get your name put in for the giveaways tonight.
Okay, I'll comment in a minute.
Max says RC Cola and a moon pie.
That's a good song.
My favorite is either chocolate or banana.
I love banana.
I'm not a fan of the vanilla, or is the other one butterscotch?
I think so.
Yeah,
Like a tannish color.
yeah. I'm either banana or chocolate. I wish they would make a banana chocolate mix.
That would be good.
Might have to cut some apart and put them back together.
Now you said his middle initial is a U.
Yes.
Okay, I only got 2 Derek Collinses and only one in Leavenworth, Kansas. You got one in Missouri. Do you know the address of the VA? Is it Garland Avenue?
Nah, I don't honestly know off the top of my.
No, Garland Avenue. That looks like a house. I only found one Derek Collins, but it's a Derek Delano Collins. Delano.
Say this one, his name, there's no way I can pronounce this, but it's Urarh.
Uraha?
Possibly.
And Dan, I just messaged you his home address.
I got it. Let me see if that is connected to any of these addresses here.
So at the VA, do they live in like fourplexes, duplexes, houses, or is it like apartment living?
I think it's like a dorm type
Yeah,
thing.
there's like apartments in there. I know I worked with the guy that lived there and he was in an apartment, but then I believe there's like some duplex type settings, a couple of them, but most of it's like apartments.
Okay.
Okay, so that address is none of these addresses. So I kind of wonder if this guy's related. Says he's 56. The one out of Missouri, Derek C. Collins, is 58. Tell Natasha I got her message.
Well, if I know this might sound silly, but if we get some Derek Collins and they're the same age, was he 58 when he went missing, Dennis, and he's 59 now?
Well, that Derek Collins is out of Kansas City, Missouri, which is not far from.
No.
Kansas at all, but that one's 58.
No, this shows he was 59 the day that he went, or he was 59 years old when he went missing.
So he would be at least 60 by now.
And Tamara, that would be awesome. I get a hold of you on that.
Maybe we need to do a welfare check at that address with that other Derek Collins.
Now that one's in Kansas City, Missouri. Hang on. Let me get back to it. Okay. The 58-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. That one's, I'll add it to the group.
I can see Jeff over there. Let Jeff do a welfare check.
Wabash Avenue.
Wabash.
Or yeah, whatever it's called. Wabash.
Wabash. Yeah.
All right. Now that's a Derek C. Collins.
See, now, I have another address for him that's off of Riverview Avenue there on the VA as well.
Yeah, that's not one of the addresses either. It's weird. Let me see what the other address is for this one in Missouri. The one in Missouri moved around a lot. But no, them addresses ain't the same either. See, I wish Kansas was as easy as it is in Missouri and Florida to pull public records. I can pull anybody's record in Florida and Missouri
I was
through the courthouse.
so even on KBI and NamUs, they don't have Derek's full name.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just curious if we could find any previous address, if we can get his correct name and look up his correct information, if we can look up any previous addresses and just see if by chance any of them line up with any of the other ones. Cross-reference just to make sure that he didn't go back to a previous address, that he just left the VA because he didn't want to be there no more, and he went back home somewhere.
I'm almost there. Okay. He's age 60 now. No. All it says is Leavenworth County. His height, his weight, his eye color, date he was last seen. And that's on the KBI website.
Okay.
It doesn't even put the case number on here.
Why would there not be a case number?
I don't know. I'm going to check NamUs real quick.
I was gonna say, I know it sounds silly, but what if he had been found either alive or deceased, but they haven't updated it,
Right.
and he was found somewhere else?
Now, see, it's not really funny, but I found a lot of people that were listed as found, but they're still on the websites.
Huh.
Here's your gourmet dinner.
What?
The Whopper. Is it a Hawaiian Whopper?
No, it's gourmet dinner.
She worked hard on that.
She put an umbrella in it for you.
I better look it over.
Boys a day.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched a couple files where some women had killed their husband with science. Well, I just would be curious. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't have his case number.
Okay, so on NamUs, it's Derek Urarh Collins.
Uraha.
I ain't even gonna try to pronounce it. Dennis, how do you pronounce that?
Megan?
Brantley?
Urar? I don't know. I don't know. You. We're just gonna go with you.
And there is no case number listed on that one either.
Well, something's goofy there.
Now, his date he went missing is June 20th, 2022. His NamUs case wasn't created until May 24th, 2023. That's almost a year.
Well, I guess in their defense, they could be behind on getting stuff if they have a limited number of people doing this. Because NamUs is all volunteer, isn't it?
No, it's federal government.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then there's no excuse.
NamUs is a federal government website.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I just know tomorrow if Dennis can do some visual checking of streetlights and stuff, and I can come home that way tomorrow too. I can come home through Leavenworth, and if he wants to wait till I'm done with work, because he'll be done before me, and then we can roll around and do some visual inspecting of areas.
There has been no human remains found in Leavenworth, Kansas, according to NamUs.
The town of
See if there's any.
Leavenworth or Leavenworth County.
It only lets you put the county.
Oh, well, then that's false. There's been human remains found in Leavenworth County numerous times, especially involving around Randy Leach's case.
Oh, wait, no, that was city. Sorry.
Okay. Now, city might be different, but county, we know for a fact that there was remains found, back in the day of Randy's stuff when people were searching, that they had found remains 2 different locations because people thought it was Randy. But if it's the city of Leavenworth, then that's a different story.
Yeah, that was the city. Okay.
Camera said Vanessa Collins is Derek's sister. So maybe get a hold of her.
I gotta fix my screen timeout on the computer. It keeps going black on me. And you said Leavenworth County?
Yes.
There was 2 found. But that was in 1992 and 1983 that they have listed for unidentified remains. Now, that doesn't mean that they did not identify other ones, but that's what they have on name list right now.
So the foot that was found, I believe, it was found by Doherty.
Yeah, that was found by Steve Doherty.
Yeah, but then did they not believe that it belonged to a Mexican kid that was from Lawrence somewhere
Yeah, that had fallen
Yeah.
over the dam.
and unfortunately had been chopped up somehow? Something had happened. Or his foot came off and he got caught up and ripped apart. But there wasn't there a skull found and somewhere, and didn't Alberta and all of them show up and all that went down, and then there, so I mean,
that turned out to be a lady skull.
so we've had multiple incidences, but
These are
But-
just the ones that are still unidentified.
yeah,
The ones that you guys are talking about, they may have identified them, but they ain't gonna make that public.
yeah.
And there isn't no unclaimed ones in Leavenworth County.
Yeah.
But that's also whether or not their website's updated.
Yeah. So where are we at with Joseph Francis's case, Dennis? Any type of updates in regards to him? Because he's another gentleman that's missing out of Leavenworth City, Leavenworth, Kansas, in the city of Leavenworth.
Yeah, with him, this is another individual with medical conditions. His are mostly mental health problems, and been missing since January of 2023. And the police report was made, 3 weeks ago?
I think so.
The lady who done the police report, she had some family business that was away from here. She needed to be present to do the missing persons report. So she was able to get in a few weeks ago and get that report made. This one, we done a search down at Riverfront Park and walked the trails there and did not find anything there, which we had walked probably summertime last year, looking for Cole Firestein as well.
Yeah.
But didn't find anything down there. We're working on locating some homeless camps in the area and finding where those are to get in to see if he could possibly be down in there with them or if somebody recognizes him.
Yeah.
But just another man with medical issues that really needs found. Really concerning to me, he does have a history of self-harm. So that has been a big concern in this case as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of curiosity, where, not exact location, but do we know where he lived in Leavenworth?
He was last known to be staying in an apartment with a guy that is basically right across from Riverfront Park here in Leavenworth, Kansas.
So he's up in the northeast corner before you cross over the bridge and like come towards my way.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And is it,
No, he has 2 daughters or 3 daughters. They live with his ex. They've lived with her the whole time. They've been separated. And I know the girls are concerned about their dad. The ex is really concerned about him. And she's actually the one that filed the police report.
Boot Hill. This is a man named Joseph Francis that we've moved on to, not a Collins.
oh, sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't mean to switch gears.
It's okay.
Now, he does have a history, and they believed it to be like mental health induced, where he would be somewhat paranoid and tell them there's people after him that's going to kill him. And they always thought that was just, him being delirious with his mental health conditions. But the fact that he has gone missing and he's made those comments, that has to be taken into consideration as well.
Now, how many times has he done this? Just this time?
She said that, or go missing, or say that.
Go missing.
This was the first time he's actually gone missing like that. And he's been known to say this for a little while now. There's been multiple times that he said people are after him. But this is the first time that she's told me that he's actually gone missing.
Now, have you talked to the person about the legal issues I shared with you to find out if them are correct?
We have been trying to get in contact on the phone. She has my number. We'll set a date and a time for her to call me, and so far she hasn't done so. Everything has been through email. So hopefully she will be able to get a hold of me soon, and we can do more into
that. Would be another concern of mine, is if in fact they are true, there is a possibility he could be just hiding.
Right.
I was gonna say is I thought you were basically gonna say that maybe he was picked up by some other agency and he's somewhere else, but
no, I checked Missouri and Kansas arrest reports or arrest records already. He's not in jail, not in neither one of them states anyway.
So is this like a drug thing or something that could possibly he's on the run or something like that? I mean,
he has been known to do drugs and could possibly be on drugs at the time that he went missing.
Okay.
And there is possibilities of warrants. But we don't know if that's confirmed yet until Dennis is able to speak with the...
And Barb, there's not a flyer yet that I'm aware of, but we will get one of those put together too as we do Derek Collins and get those over to you. But she said he has been in trouble with the law in Kansas, in Missouri, I believe possibly in Texas, and possibly in New Mexico, where he was originally from. But she said he's a bigger guy. I mean, tall, stout guy, kind of. But she says he's harmless, even with all of his mental health issues. She describes him as a harmless guy, but would do what he needed to do to survive.
Right.
But the last time that she saw him in person was January 1st, 2023. And the last time that she either texted or talked to him on the phone was early February of 2023. but he had she said a high risk of self-harm and repeatedly attempted suicide in the past. So that's what really concerned me on that.
Right.
And then I also want to jump over to the Summer Wells case real quick. Somebody had sent a website to me. This is a website that we seen several months ago, and the website claims that human remains were found not far from the Wells property. They were positively ID'd as Summer Wells. We did confirm several months ago that is fake. That particular website isn't even a news source. They build websites off of that particular website, that company. So why they put that out there is beyond me. Why it's still up is beyond me. But I can say Summer Wells has not been found. And the last update we have on her, they done a search February 14th of 2023. This included multiple agencies. They searched 350 acres of land in Dova Pond, and they did not find anything relevant to the case.
Now, I did watch a live stream from Don Wells' YouTube account last night. They're having a prayer vigil for her at one of the churches in Tennessee coming up.
And real quick, Barb, Joseph is Native American and he's Asian American as well. But to look at his picture, he does look full on Native American.
Yeah, he sure does.
In Boot Hill, I agree. People need to stop with the nonsense on Summer Wells' case.
Yes, it's bad. It's gotten real bad.
Another one I want to mention real quick too is Crystal Kipper. We do still have the property that we went out and searched that day. We need to get back on that property. Unfortunately, there is a lot of crop fields there. The crops are tall enough. There's no way to get in without damaging their crops. That's these people's livelihood, so we don't want to go in and do any damage to that. So most of that property, it will now be after the crops are harvested before we can get back into that location to complete that search. But we will be back on that later this year.
Yes, for sure. And we have a good relationship with these landowners. Talking to them on the phone. So there is, I've explained to them that, you know, we have the situations of the searches we want to do, plus, you know, coming back with GPR, you know, to look at a lot of our areas. So
not to mention knowing the size and the different things that were on the maps back at that time frame compared to now.
Yeah.
And the potential is so many other victims being found in that same area as well.
Mm-hmm.
There is. And I mean, Dan did a lot of work on that one. And, you know, it sure seems like there's a possibility that the women that were going missing in that time period in the general area of where he lived, and him being seen at this location and everything, that this could have been, and this was a spot that he frequented. I can't say that word right. That he visited quite often. Let's just go that way. this could be a place where he been doing his laundry, basically. So we've definitely and just like Dennis said, the crops are 3 to 5 foot tall now in this area, and of course we're not going to go. I guess what we can say is one of the areas of real interest, where we were finding some articles of clothing back then was woods. And we found this out through vintage aerial websites. And it was woods back then. And it is crop ground now that they have cleaned the trees off, so on and so forth. And, some of the clothing that we had found, you could definitely tell that every time they have run crops through it, and as the seeds grow, the seeds were growing up through the clothing. As they till it, they do all the different parts of actually farming, of, tilling, cultivating, and all that. It's bringing clothing to the surface. So, of course, right now we're not going to go in there because, for one, it's too tall. We will have to wait till fall. They do their harvesting, and the one chunk of property that we had found stuff, the couple that own it, I mean, they straight up told me on the phone that every year they go, when they pull the combines in there and they start doing all their work, she's always afraid they're going to find somebody deceased. Every year they are so afraid of it. So she has a feeling of that part of their land, so I don't know if that's a sign that things to come, but it's definitely, there is thoughts that stuff happened there for sure.
Mm-hmm. And there is a total of, all right, where's that big list? Back in that time period, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of them that went missing, 3 of which have been confirmed that law enforcement believes that they are all connected because of their line of work. If you understand what I mean. Prostitution.
Yeah.
And how many of them that went missing were just a couple blocks away from his house? Wasn't there
22 of them are within a less than a 1 mile radius of his house.
And so we all know he was frequenting the strip clubs. He was frequenting prostitution.
But that's not even the kicker. There's 5 that are close to the area where the search location is, one of which has similarities to Crystal's case, where the car was disabled, a busted out windshield, just like Crystal's case, but that car was found at the airport, which is 2 miles from the search location.
Yes.
So, I mean, yes, Natasha. Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't see the comments.
Serial killer.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
There is another guy that law enforcement was looking at that they believe that he was involved with 26, I think it was, missing women in Missouri, but it was more in the 2000s, 2010 area. There you go, Alex. He said you need one.
I'm actually drinking some Gatorade. So, and I am a little sleepy, I will admit.
Now, I still haven't been able to confirm if that other address where that other guy that we spoke about that had the same similar charges as Mr. Williams. I have not been able to confirm through law enforcement if that is also a connected address to him. Because if that's the case, that brings up a whole nother ballgame
Yes.
with all the St. Louis, Missouri cases around that time period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way across the state, but that doesn't mean there's not another dumping ground somewhere.
That absolutely true.
And speaking of Missouri, Echo Lloyd's case. Dan,
Okay, so I have not got to speak with Missouri Highway Patrol yet, the detective involved, because I forgot today was Sunday. So, but I did speak with the daughter, and the daughter says that law enforcement is now allowing private teams to come in and conduct searches. They have tried to reach out to Texas EquiSearch to get them back out there, but it's crickets. They're not getting no response. And I do understand why, because, I mean, when law enforcement tells you they don't need you after you already came out there to conduct a search. But there was some changes. I did find out some different information because it said that where's my piece of paper at? Oh, there it is. It said she went missing 5/10/2020. But I did pull up another article on Missouri Missing Persons Clearinghouse where it says Echo Michelle Lloyd was last seen at such and such address in Edgewood, Missouri on May 14th, 2020.
That's pretty
Huh.
And that is a massive property. I know it's 10 acres just from what Echo owned, but that's more than 10 acres there. So there's got to be other people that own that property out there.
Are you talking about the property that's below her property?
I'm talking about the address I sent in the group chat? That's the address she went missing from. That whole property, that's got to be more than 10 acres. That's a massive piece of property. And it's foothills. There's 2 water areas, look like ponds or whatnot. The river's right down the road. So it would take land and water searches out there. And there's a lot of talk about the neighbor being involved in her disappearance. So,
Yeah.
Which is believable because he was stalking her and all that kind of stuff, according to all the things I found on the case.
Yeah, I had talked to a guy one night that had messaged me, and he wanted to talk to me about it, and he discussed the neighbor's infatuation. I can't say that word either. Infatuation. Yeah, with Echo, and if I remember right, I think he said something that that Echo's car had been missing also, but then her car showed back up.
Like a few days later, the daughter left Mother's Day gifts on her porch. She came back and the car was back there and locked.
Yes, and then if I could be totally wrong, but I thought that this gentleman had told me that that neighbor guy had her car, and that he's the one that brought it back and locked it supposedly and left it. That that there was some rumor or something about that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But you know, this is just some guy that was involved. He knows the girl that's running the Facebook page, and then knows the daughter because they both have the same name, if I remember correctly. But he was telling me quite a bit of stuff, and yeah, it's another doozy, you know.
Now, with Echo being missing and that property's hers, who would be able to give permission? The next of kin?
The next of kin, or depending if it went to probate court, you know, I guess that all would play a part too, depending on, you know, how far in debt she was, what was paid off, what wasn't paid off, if stuff had to be sold to settle debts. I mean,
Right. I had not looked on the adjuster's website yet to see if she still owns it, but that is the property that was said that she owned. But if they can't find her, they can't sell the property until she's declared deceased.
oh, that's true.
And she was missing from Edwards, Missouri.
Right. Benton County, Missouri.
And that's down in the southeast corner.
Ozark area.
Is it the Ozarks area?
Yeah. And this, I don't believe this is very far from like Warsaw, Missouri, is it?
No, it's not. It's not far at all from Warsaw.
So we're looking at more toward the central, south central part of the state.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be able to find out a lot more come tomorrow morning when the detective gives me a call back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also find out what kind of searches were conducted, where the searches were done. I know that property was searched, but I don't know if they searched the waters areas as well, because there is 2 ponds on the property.
Yeah.
And judging by the Google Earth images, it does look like foothills. It does not look like a flat ground. It looks wavy.
Yeah,
So-
I've gone fishing down outside of Warsaw before when I lived down in Lebanon, and it is very hilly.
And I don't know if there would be caves.
I don't know about that particular area, but I do know that from about the middle part of the state down, there's caves all over the place.
So cross our fingers and I get the same detective I got for Crystal's case.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. He helped out. The other one said no.
Boot Hill asked if we knew if there was a missing persons department in Sykeston. Sykeston, the Department of Public Safety, appears to handle their missing persons cases.
That in Missouri Highway Patrol.
Yes.
After 72 hours, they all get listed under Missouri Highway Patrol.
Then Billy and Mary Black out of Atchison, Kansas. The first time that Alex and Tammy come out on a search was looking for Billy and Mary Black. And the property we looked at, we were looking at one side because we had satellite imaging that looked like a vehicle underwater, and it turned out to be farm equipment. the water in that lake is down really far. Now on the other side of the lake, exposed from water is what appears could be a vehicle. So we'll be going back out to that location and getting that cleared to know for sure if that is a vehicle or not. And Barb, yes, there's a lot of flyers out there on Echo, and
I'll
we can
send
get
it to her
some
now.
over. And that day we searched for Billy and Mary Black. That's when Alex and Tammy officially joined up with the Muddy Waters team. That was a good day. That made a disheartening day. It made it a good day.
Yeah. Yes.
And Boot Hill Rising, has there been any updates in Mark Fullerton's case?
No. They're still waiting for law enforcement to allow them to conduct a search on that property.
Oh man, that gets frustrating because, and I know most people don't understand what's going on there right now, but you know, if you're wanting this case solved, you're gonna move on it and not drag your feet like this. And,
Well, where the problem's lying is the crime was committed in Missouri. The search location is in Arkansas. So, and now that the FBI is involved in this case, it's going to be a lot harder for even private teams to get involved.
Yeah.
The property owner, before he sold it, offered to dig it up, and law enforcement told him he couldn't.
That's absolute BS.
That's wrong.
yeah,
There's nobody that can't tell you can dig on your own property.
Exactly. He got tired of it and just sold the property. He got tired of dealing with the law enforcement.
That was somebody that was brainwashed and bullied
yeah.
doing it
Mm-hmm.
for some type of reason.
And the person that is believed to be involved, there's phone records that ping him from the house where he went missing all the way to the site. Neighbors even reported a concrete truck filling the hole in.
Well, that's not suspicious.
Yeah.
And guys, over the last couple weeks, we've had between 20 to 30 new cases come into us. And I'm working on getting the case layout videos done and getting those out to everybody. But we went a pretty long stretch where we were getting a new case here and there. And then it was just switch flipped and they start pouring in again. So we'll get the case layout videos finished up on those and we'll get those released out to everybody.
Yeah.
Barb, that's for Mark Fullerton's case. Yeah, there's a lot of cases. Aside from how many did you just say you added? 16 or so?
So we've had 20 or 30 new ones. Our list that we have, I haven't got all of them added over to it yet.
That would put it at 150.
Yeah. And I probably got another 10 or 15 more to add on there.
My computer's going to be smoking.
Have to get an upgrade.
I like the iPhone. It was a good investment. You get
Mine's out of space. It constantly tells me, and I have to go upload pictures and videos and delete all that stuff off my phone because half of my apps won't work anymore.
Are you talking about an Apple?
Yep.
Oh, you don't pay for the Apple cloud?
I do, but evidently I don't have enough. So,
I pay like $20-$30 a month to keep because I take so many screenshots.
yeah.
And
Just bought Tammy the new i14 Pro Max.
yeah, that's a nice phone.
So is that what you just got, Dan?
No, I got the 13 Pro Max. I didn't want to do the 14 until I seen all the stats on it yet. Because
Yeah.
it just came out, 4 months ago or something like that.
Yeah. So she's had it a month or a month and a half now. So and I'm due for a new one pretty soon because mine actually has a discoloration in the screen, and I think mine's we had 11s, and then yeah, they were both 11s. So hopefully here at the end of fall, the 15 will be out.
Megan's ready to go to sleep over there.
I am. I'm sorry.
You need Alex's Red Bull.
No, those are
Here, it's right here.
no.
Oh,
It's a
Dan's
good
Red Bull.
No. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm advertising for Red Bull. You guys want to sponsor us?
No.
Wait, did Bobby not get his? Because he's been off.
He fell asleep.
Oh no, Bobby's still here.
Is he? I
Yeah.
thought he passed out in his recliner eating his TV dinner or something. Watching reruns of MASH and Gilligan's Island.
Give you his. Buy him a new one.
I'm just curious how Bobby fishes with a walker.
Oh, maybe he's got one of them holders on the side of his wheelchair.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh, wait. If you gave him your phone number, trust me, you'll be getting pictures.
I didn't. I gave him the Joe Biden one.
You'll be seeing pictures of the grass and he's got a you'll definitely get pictures of the Muddy Waters boat that's got Muddy Waters decals on it. So people drive by and they're probably thinking, what the heck is this guy got a boat that says Muddy Waters search? What is he doing down here?
They just thought he was out looking for boats.
But he said he was he put new plywood in it and putting a full-blown stereo system, and there's no telling.
I thought he was turning it into a cabin cruiser.
Yeah. So got a griddles hooked on the back. He welded up and hanging off the back of the boat so we can cook pancakes in the morning when we're out doing water searches.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 42-inch big screen down in the bow. So when we go live, we can watch ourselves.
Yeah, but then you'd have us hook the sonar up to that, and you're going to put you a bed in there and just kick back. We'll drive around. You can lay back and watch the sonar screen.
Definitely wouldn't miss something on that big of a TV.
Yeah, that's no lie.
And guys, if you haven't commented yet and you want in on the giveaways, go ahead and comment because Megan's going to start drawing names here shortly.
Yeah, no, I do it. I got a few so far. So don't forget.
Let's see. How many do we have in here?
Like 10 or 11.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 names in the container and 8 things that she's given away. So that's pretty good odds.
Statistically, those are good odds.
Everybody gets something.
And Boot Hill asks, so when are y'all coming to pick me up so I can enjoy the fun too? And Catfish says he's going to take the motor out of your Bobcat to put on the boat.
That'd be a fast boat.
That would be a sight to see.
We'd have another missing persons case on our hands.
For sure.
Have y'all seen Bobby lately? No.
Just wait around until about 4 o'clock. 4:30, 4:39 in the morning. And you'll get a phone call.
I think he sets his alarm just so he could do that. And
Now
then he
you
goes
guys
back
know
to
you
sleep.
can send me Bobby's number. I can broadcast it over TikTok. I got over 3,000 followers, so I mean we can have some fun with Bobby's number.
Hey, speaking of TikTok, Dan, so the other morning I always get, messages about TikTok stuff. Well, the other morning I went to go log on to TikTok, and it took me to the Muddy Waters TikTok page that I have, which is my secondary account, and the Bobcat page is my original TikTok. So it took me straight to the Muddy Waters one. So I went to go click on it where you can toggle back and forth between other accounts.
Right.
And my Bobcat account was gone. And I was like, well, that's weird.
That is weird.
So I logged out and logged back in, and my Bobcat TikTok page is totally gone. But I can go search for it and find it. But when I log on, it doesn't bring it up. It only brings up the Muddy Waters TikTok page. So I sent them a help chat thing. This has been going on for like 4 or 5 days now. And whatever happened, I can't get back into it. And
did you forget your password to the other one?
No. So they told me that my email and my phone numbers is no longer associated with that account, and now they won't help me get back into it since whatever scam happened, because they said it happens all the time. Whatever scam happened, they can't help me to log back in because my phone number and my email stuff is not associated with it. But I keep telling them, I'm like, well, how can I log into this one, but it doesn't show that one? And if they got into it, why didn't they delete both of them or take control? You know what they told me to do? Just make another page. I'm like, that's not the point.
They don't realize the followers you lose when you have to do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of stuff I'd done on that other page, so it's there. I can still go look at it. I just can't I can't gain access to it no more, and I don't know why.
Now, see, that's messed up.
Yeah.
You can't even live stream on there until you hit 1,000 followers.
I know, and I was getting pretty close to it.
It took me a while to get where I got on there.
Yeah. Well,
Max says PayPal done that to him.
What'd you say, Dennis?
Max said that PayPal done that same thing to him.
Really? Well, I don't know. It really, not to sound like a wimp, but it hurt my feelings because I had put a lot of work into all them Bobcat videos with all the literature. Because I collect the Bobcat toys too, and then the dealer brochures. Like you went into the dealership and you wanted to buy a new piece of equipment, you can get a brochure just like you can get a car brochure.
Now, is your email connected to both accounts, or was it?
All I did is my Bobcat one was the original, and then I made the second account, the Muddy Waters, and I added it. So my Bobcat was the primary, the secondary account was the Muddy Waters, and now the main account is gone, and all I have is the secondary account. So I really don't know. I don't get any alerts anymore from that account. Nothing at all. Just the second account.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's messed up. That's why I won't create another account.
Yeah.
I won't take no chances. I know everybody's got all these backup accounts and stuff like that, but anything I post, it's nothing that will get banned. So
Yeah.
everything I post is public record.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It really, I was like, man, all that hard work that I did. So,
Now on other people's videos, my mouth might get me banned, but
yeah. Well,
yeah, the
Already?
retired law enforcement officer that I was telling you guys about, his TikTok is a crime solver, and when he starts talking about cases,
yeah.
it gets me heated because he's bringing up all these other cases, and he's like me, he's like you guys. It makes you mad
Yeah.
when nothing's getting done.
Yeah.
But he's a retired detective.
Yeah. But yeah, it made me pretty mad and it was just a simple thing that I provided every single thing I could possibly provide to TikTok, and they're like, "Nope, sorry, just make a new page."
Natasha, I'm surprised I'm not already banned on Facebook in Missouri because I've been pretty vocal to the governor and the attorney general on their lack of caring about missing people in their live streams.
Yeah. Well,
Me and Mark's aunt, we had a field day in there one day. We would not let nobody else talk.
So, Megan, you want to do some of these?
All right, we can start with these.
I'm going to turn that over to you.
Yes, come here. Okay, we're gonna start with the giveaways here before I, do fall asleep. Here, hold it up. Brandon's gonna help me. Hold it up so they can see. We're gonna give away this shot shell keychain. Okay, pull it out. Okay, that one goes to Mac Randall Jr.
woohoo!
Hey, change Max to like a pink one.
I have plenty of pink. Okay. We got another one, different design.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Are they loaded?
No,
Oh, okay.
they won't do any harm. And that one goes to the people at OK Diver.
Woohoo!
And OK Diver, if you're not following him on social media and YouTube, check him out. OK Diver is the name of his title or his channel and his page, and he has been doing some incredible stuff down there.
Okay, I got another keychain here. This one's a little more delicate. It's a fishing blade. There we go. A beaded blade. It's orange and black.
Is that the colors of Kentucky by chance?
No, I don't know. Okay, that one goes to Miss Tamra Steer. Sorry.
I was thinking Bobby might win that one. He wear it as an earring. He could be out there riding his gold wing.
Okay, I got another one that's just like it, just different colors. Okay, that one's gonna go to Grandkids Galore.
And I believe that's a new person.
I think so. I've never seen them.
I've never seen them before either.
Okay.
Now I did mention it on TikTok, so I don't know how many came from there. We only had, I think the most we had was 20 or 30. We're down to 12 now.
People forgot about us because we've been gone for so long.
Yeah.
Here's another of the orange and black ones. And that goes to Natasha at Boot Heel Rising.
Yeah, I know she has done a lot of work, not only in Mark Fullerton's case, but other cases as well.
And another of the green and orange ones. I don't know if she's still even on there, but that goes to Ponytail.
I don't know if Ponytail's still
I
on.
haven't seen her for a while.
I know she come on and said that she can comment this time. The last time it wasn't popping up, then I had
Yeah.
it.
Okay, this one's more focused towards the ladies, or if you're just into this. It's a beaded bracelet with a seashell charmer. That wasn't appropriate. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, that wasn't appropriate. Oh, and of course I pick a guy. That goes to Craig.
Hey, Craig, I'm going to throw a couple fishing lures I made in with this to make up for that.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, and my last one.
Right, that fishing lures.
This one is also meant for females, but like I said, if you want to wear it, go ahead. It is a diamond ankle bracelet.
Please let Bobby win this. Please let Bobby win this.
Okay, go ahead.
It goes to Mark.
Mark, again, I'm going to send you some lures with that, bud.
Yeah. I'll do one more keychain since that's what I got up here. It's another of the orange and black ones.
Bobby.
Yep. Goes to Bobby.
So, he finally won?
Yes.
You know what? If you put a hook on that, you would do pretty good fishing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or he could possibly catch a lady friend at the convenience store.
You mean the retirement home? Oh, did I say that too loud?
Oh, you did not go there, Dan. Oh,
Natasha says, "Wish I'd got a lady-related one." Hey,
Well,
maybe Craig or somebody would want to trade her.
okay. What did she win? Did she win a keychain?
I think so, yeah. I think she
One of
wanted the
those orange and
or
black
the
ones. Natasha, I do have pink ones or pink and purple. If you'd rather have one of those, I'll swap it out for you.
That was Tamara.
What's the other one?
And Tamara, the same goes for you. Since it's black, I can swap it for a pink or purple. I don't remember. Oh, shoot.
Nope. I think that's this one.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll send you a different color.
Barb says that's her hometown colors.
Which one?
Barb, which one was your hometown colors?
Yellow and black.
And it's next weekend Father's Day.
I think so.
Okay, I think next weekend is Father's Day. If so, we won't be doing a live feed that Sunday.
I think
The
it is.
week after, we will, and we'll give away some of the Muddy Water Search and Recovery T-shirts. On
Yeah,
that
the
line.
18th. Next Sunday's Father's Day.
Okay, but yeah, if everybody could just send me your address, I'll get those mailed out to
See.
you.
Natasha says her favorite color is purple.
Yeah, I got that. Well, Bobby wants me to give his to somebody else. Who else did we miss?
Okay.
Let me read it. I'll read it. Mom. Did he? Mom, I'll read it. He had a different bracelet. He had this one.
No, Bobby had a case one.
Yeah. He got this bracelet.
No, he did have.
Oh, yeah.
We're making this confusing.
Mixing it up.
That was
It was
Natasha's.
one of the other black ones.
Did we already do that? There's two other ones. Oh, sorry. Found it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then this one, the black and orange keychain, is going to go to Barb. Thanks, Bobby.
He said I'll let everyone sleep next weekend. I'll believe that when my
Yeah,
phone doesn't go off.
right.
This was the only other one in
yeah.
We got a better chance of seeing Elvis wake up.
there.
Ow.
Okay, we've got two names left,
Just one. Just one.
one name
I'll
left.
read it.
So you want to go ahead and give this person something too?
Yeah, since they're the only other person in the bucket.
I'll read it. It goes to Cam.
Yeah. I do have another of the bracelets with the seashell charm, so they can have that too.
These are orange and black. Congratulations to all the winners.
Barb, I went ahead and sent you Echo's flyer that you asked for on the Muddy Waters Facebook.
Okay. So yeah, if everybody can throw me their address in the
Yeah,
Email.
the email address is in the video description. So if you could email your shipping address, we'll send out to you as soon as she has those.
and some of this stuff is not on my Etsy site, but I have a bunch of other new stuff on there. So
Yes, and the link to her Etsy account is down in the video description too. So make sure to check that out. And you guys got anything else to add tonight?
No, other than I went ahead and posted Echo's thing on the Facebook page for those who wanted to see the flyer.
Okay.
I don't know if Joseph has a flyer yet.
Say Joseph and Mark Collins, neither one has an actual flyer yet.
Derek Collins.
Yeah, Derek Collins.
Derek. Dennis, you said Mark.
Oh, I'm
Getting all
I was
confused.
reading comments, and yes, Derek Collins.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a Red Bull or something.
I've only got 20 left. Come on. You're killing me here.
Hey, now we have Bud Light in the fridge.
What flavor are those you drinking, Dan?
The Juneberry, it's pretty good.
Juneberry?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I like that one and the dragon fruit.
Huh. Haven't heard of those. I didn't know they had a bunch. I mean, I thought they had just like one or two different flavors, but
Oh no, they got watermelon, they've got blueberry, peach and nectarine, apricot and strawberry.
oh
They
wow.
got dragon fruit. They got tropical. They got Juneberry.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it's my little addiction.
See, we actually had one more name because Catfish gave his back and donated. So Catfish, we will be sending you something. It's just going to be a surprise when you get it.
Don't go in to scoop anything out of the yards, guys. That's not right.
Send him some of Camden Point's finest compost.
I'll say I haven't cleaned the litter box out yet, so yeah.
Oh, poor Catfish, man.
Hey, cat litter, catfish. I mean, it works.
There we go.
Some people who grow some medicinal products come to get some of my hootie doo.
Oh, you mean basil and oregano and stuff like that? Yeah.
No, they grow weed.
Just trying to put it nicely.
So, but yeah, I was gonna send Bobby some. You know, I now this is the honest goodness truth.
You were going to send them weed?
I've got numerous people that have come back this year. It grows unbelievable tomatoes. So, pretty crazy. But,
Catfish says I'll send Dennis, Alex, and Dan something too, and it will be a real surprise as well.
a boat?
Well, he can't call me and harass me. So, I mean, you guys are the ones taking the brunt on this one. The only
It's
number I
okay,
gave him
we
was
like
the Joe
that.
Biden one.
See, if Catfish gets too mouthy, I'll challenge him to a catfishing tournament.
There you
Go
go.
up for that.
That would be fun. And then we could have some catfish for dinner afterwards.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Blackened catfish.
We got to go out and catch some catfish and do a fish fry, Alex.
That sounds good.
You down for that?
I can see y'all sticking your hands in a hole trying to pull out a big mud cat.
You ain't
I've done that.
you won't catch me do that. I'll
Me either.
I'll go to Costco and get a box of catfish.
Hey, I'm originally from Florida. I've been out in sandbar shark fishing with sharks swimming around. Yep. I ain't sticking my hands nowhere. And I'm used to alligators, so yeah, my hands don't go underwater without me seeing what's down there.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Like I say, I don't go swimming unless it's got a blue diamonds and some little wave on the side of the liner. I don't get in the water.
It's got to have chlorine in it.
That's right.
True story. Last time I went out in the Gulf of Mexico, me and my buddy were walking out to the sandbar to cash out our shark rods. And on our way back in, a 5-foot nurse shark swam in between us. That was the last time I ever walked out into the ocean.
Really?
Yep. But yet I'll go swim in canals with alligators, though, which makes no sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's like a
bracelets.
no way.
But here in Oklahoma, apparently there's no alligators, so I ain't got to worry about that here. Cottonmouths and water. I believe cottonmouths and water moccasin, right?
What about tarantulas?
No.
I don't play with spiders. I got spray for that.
But have you seen any tarantulas?
No, if I did, they wouldn't be tarantulas anymore. They'd be permanent fixtures to the ground.
There you go.
I got a shotgun for spiders.
Yeah, I deal with black widows a lot here.
And I have one too.
Ugh. Hey, Barb, I don't have any at the moment, but I'm always adding new stuff to my my Etsy shop, so I can add a few black and orange products on there.
and a lot of that stuff you could do custom, can't you?
We're trying to figure that out.
What are rattlesnakes like in your guys' neck of the woods?
Dead.
Yeah. There's some around.
Okay, let me rephrase that question. What do they? How bad are they out there before y'all see them?
I haven't seen any in a long time. I mean, it's been probably 10, 15 years since I seen one on a job site. Now, over across the water over Dennis's side, I mean,
I've heard the rattles a lot, walking and doing searches out here. But
yeah,
I've never seen none.
yeah.
Tell
that
her.
rattles enough to stop your heart, though.
Yeah, you're looking to see where that thing is, whether or not it's going to strike you.
Yeah.
See, most of my hunting I do is out around the Tonganoxie area, and I've seen them up in there before.
Man.
I know they like sitting on the train tracks to warm up.
Really?
Yeah. They like sitting on asphalt too. But here in Oklahoma, they don't really use asphalt much. They use concrete.
Yeah.
Now, down Lebanon, Missouri, I've seen quite a few down there. In fact, we saw that one not far from Mom and Dad's that time.
Isn't that the one you shot right by their front door?
Yeah, there was that one too.
I know the bears are coming up this way.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see the video about the black bear swimming out in Destin Beach, Florida?
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah. It was all over the news. A baby black bear was swimming out in the ocean.
Oh.
That's crazy.
It made it out safe. But
Yeah.
Could you imagine the sharks? I mean,
Yeah. Barb says, have you guys ever had a blue racer chase you?
If it chased me, it's going to catch me because I don't run fast.
I do. It's a blue racer. Is that a snake?
Mhm.
Oh. I don't know fast.
I've seen some, but I haven't had one chase me yet. Supposedly, if you turn around and start running at it, you could chase it off, then it'll chase you. You can play chase for a little while and all that. I ain't got the want to try it. That's what we got kids for. We'll send Brinkley out there. Run, bub.
There you go.
Check the grass for us.
So after that snake bit me in the foot behind the shed, Brantley won't even go back there now.
What? No way.
He likes to weed eat. We got one of them little battery powered weed eaters. And
Yeah.
he'll get out and be weed eating the backyard till he comes to that spot. And he's like, I'm not going back there. You could do it.
Really?
Well, the weed.
There's a good question. Wondering if anyone ever took Alex snipe hunting before.
Come on, Bobby.
Said if not, I believe Dan would take him hunting.
Only Bobby.
The only hunting I do is hog hunting, and I do it with a dog, not a gun.
I didn't know you had a dog, Dan.
I don't.
Oh, go down to the dog rental place and grab one.
Friends.
Friends. You know, Bob have
The
one.
bulls are the best for that. They'll latch onto that pig and they don't let go. And all you do is run and grab the back legs, tape it up, and take it out.
And Natasha, we're glad you were able to be on here tonight too.
Yes, thank you to everyone that did join us tonight. Sorry we've all been so busy or something's going on, and you know we've haven't been on, but please everybody know, just because you don't see us doesn't mean we're not doing nothing. So
Yep.
Oh.
Me, I won't get to do much searching here within the next couple months, but I'll still be busy. There's still a lot to look into.
Oh yeah.
So guys, we've gone
I'm getting
2
old.
hours and 27 minutes.
Well, we need a bigger couch.
This isn't perfect for 4 people.
Okay.
My brat's in Florida, so I don't have nobody peeking over my shoulder other than the ghost.
Yeah.
That's better.
She comes back at the end of the month.
Mm.
Okay.
She's probably watching us right now, too.
I was gonna say earlier I thought I saw somebody over your right shoulder and shoulder window pane. I thought I saw somebody walk in the room and then turn around and walk out.
Wouldn't surprise me. I could send you pictures.
Oh,
I got a night vision a camera that I put in my daughter's room, and I caught an orb on camera.
really?
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, thanks.
I've
Well-
caught shadows.
You'll have to share some pictures.
The old owner of the house passed here, and my mom passed here. So
Oh wow. So you've got some history there for sure.
oh yeah.
So I take it, was it your mother's house?
My dad and my mom's.
Okay. Well, maybe we should do a Halloween special and we can talk about all that stuff we've all experienced.
I even got a picture from Ruby Falls, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I believe I sent it to Dennis, where I got a picture of a Native American girl up in the waterfall.
Really?
Oh yeah, clear as day, headdress and all.
You see that?
It'd be
It
kind of
does.
cool. Where?
On the left side of Dan's screen, it keeps looking like there's a face there.
I can't see.
You're gonna make him all paranoid now.
Matt commented it on there.
No,
I can't
it doesn't bother me.
So, on Dan's right side, over on the left side, right
This
there.
way?
Yep.
I don't see it.
You're seeing
Oh,
I see a door.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
This right here.
Down,
That
look-
is my dresser with a mirror and like shelves on it.
yeah.
I don't see it. I don't get it.
It's a mirror.
And then this light back here is my ceiling fan.
Yeah, I got one of them.
Ours is above the camera.
Over here on this top corner, right here, is the logo.
I don't have it, though. I don't know why.
Yeah, we don't have the logo.
No, it's just on the main screen.
Oh,
It's because Dan's the man. That's why.
Yeah.
No, I have no doubt I got little friends that hide around in this house. No
Yeah.
doubt at all.
I got a little birdie. Chirp, chirp.
I got two little monsters here.
yeah.
I know
Thanks.
monster. I know monster.
Thanks.
You are.
So, guys, I think it's about time to wrap it up tonight.
Well, it's been good seeing everybody. What's Dan got?
One card left.
Card.
One business card left.
I can't even
Oh man, and I'd
After
send
that
him a pretty
seminar.
good stack of them.
up close. Oh. Awesome.
We'll have to get you some more sent out there, Dan.
Yeah, they got handed out at the little convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot there.
Awesome.
Natasha says that Amber Alert down in Dallas is still active.
Ooh.
I know sometimes they find them pretty quick, and sometimes it goes.
Do I have a logo under my chin? No, just a shirt. I mean, I can put one there for you.
There you go.
Why not even do that logo there? Can't do that, but it's part of the screen.
Hey, where's your Muddy Water shirt?
Mine's in the back
No
of my closet.
idea.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh,
Mine's in the back of my closet.
I did laundry
Yeah,
today so I could have mine.
Mine's
I have a Cricket Trail
in the
design
closet.
shirt.
You do?
That's a pajama shirt.
Look at it.
so guys, with that, I think it's time to call it a night.
Yeah.
We've only been at it for 2.5 hours.
It actually went very quick tonight too. You can tell it's been a while since we've done this.
Why don't we stay out here for 12 more hours?
No.
I think the longest we did was 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. For sure.
She is a monster.
It said just now that her and her brother were walking to the store when she was abducted.
Man.
Oh.
That does not surprise me down there. That does not surprise me in the least.
Was it an Amber Alert for both of them or just her?
For her.
Hmm.
So sad.
So guys, we'll continue to monitor that and we'll update you guys if there's any developments in that case. And again, if you have any cases you want us to look at, or if you have locations of interest in any of the cases we're working on, send those over to the email address that's in the video description. Or my phone number's in there too. You can call or text. But welcome to do that anytime.
Okay.
Oh, that's
With
right. I do have Dennis's phone number. I can prank call him now.
that-
Why do you think Alex hasn't made his number public?
My number's public on quite a few things. Oh,
No, I don't prank call. I used to. It was fun.
And I know not to prank call Dan because he could find who it was that done it very quickly.
Yeah, I got caller ID.
Everyone.
old school technology, caller ID.
Yeah, it's not a new school.
9.
And I can't block private numbers from calling me because at 99% of the time, that's the way the cops call. They don't want their number out there, so they call you on a private number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't get in trouble anymore, Dan.
I do my best. I just have a problem biting my tongue and not taking dares.
I know.
Well, guys, with that, thank you for joining us tonight. Be 2 weeks before our next live feed. This coming week, I should have some of the case layout videos out for you guys. Thanks for being here. Congratulations to those who won a prize tonight.
Yeah, don't forget to
bless
send your
you.
addresses.
Yes. So with that, you guys have a good night. Stay safe, and we will see you guys down the road.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.